Would you want our government telling you how many children you can have? There recently have been changes to the family size regulations for foster parents in the state of Nebraska. The state of Nebraska should not have made any new laws on the family size regulations for foster homes. The old regulations in our legislature laws was that previously you could have 6 children under the age of 12 or 9 total children under the age of 18. The new regulations say care provided at any time limited to no more than 6 children under the age of majority, including children related to the foster parents by blood, marriage, or adoption, and any other children who may be living in the home. No more than 4 of these children may be 12 or younger, and when the licensee is also providing care for adults requiring 24-hour supervision, the total number of children and adults for whom care is provided cannot exceed a total of 6 kids. So if the grandmother is living in the home, that is also going to limit the number of kids that can be placed in a foster home. I did 2 interviews on April 9th, and they were both with foster parents that this law really will affect them. A lot of these parents are really afraid and fearful that if they make any waves at all, that the risks are just too high, that they'll be removing the foster kids from their home. The first one I interviewed was Amber Baker, and she is in a situation where she has 2 guardianship children that are teenagers and 1 adopted teenager. This last year she did this. And then she also has placed in her care a boy that is 4 years old that has a sibling group of 3 other children that Amber and their family want to adopt. With this new regulation, with the biological children the Bakers have of 2, this puts them over. They've been working on this for over a year, and this will absolutely, could possibly stop the adoption of the sibling group in their home. They're very qualified to take care of these children. The frustration level is very high with these families, and like I mentioned before, we were not even notified of these changes in the legislature until after the fact, after it had happened. The law went into effect December 17th, and we were all notified, the agencies, on December 18th. So we didn't know anything about this. We had no say in it whatsoever. And like Amber was saying, the state makes the laws and we just have to follow them. So you can see where the frustration comes in there. Many of these foster parents I talked to over this chose silence. They don't want to say anything, but they won't be fostering again. And that's what Rachel Caskey told me from an area that has several foster kids. She has a sibling group of 4 kids in her home. These children cannot be adopted together, not with these new regulations. They also have a sibling of 1 other one that belongs to this group that is also in another home. She would like to adopt all 4 of these children when they come up for adoption, but with the state regulations, that can't happen. We don't know if there's going to be any exceptions or not, but at this point there has not been. The experience these foster families have should be of some value. You know, the foster parents' role in the foster care process is they're really invested in these children. That is their life. They want to offer adoption and permanency for these kids, and they're being told they can't because they can't take care of them. That's not true. They work effectively with HHS, with the caseworkers. They have information. They give information to the guardian ad litems of these children. They're such a valuable asset to the foster care team. They've developed relationships with the stakeholders like judges, caseworkers, biological parents, attorneys, CASA. They've got investment with all these people. They know the ropes of what to do and how to help these kids. They're advocates for the foster children and the biological families. They have a supportive network. They have their own friends, their church communities that understand what they're doing and can help them. They're not overloaded. They are able to see the biological parents and possibly help them in so many ways because they know child development and they can help the biological parents with this role. These kids are traumatized more by being separated from their siblings. Both assistant professors at Spadonic College of Education at Coastal Carolina University, Christina Norwick-Fabrinsky and Patricia Piver, in 2008 brings this point home when they did research on how traumatized children are affected by foster care. These children, they feel powerless, insecure, self-blame, suffering, grief. They feel loss and betrayal. When these sibling groups are separated, the fear, loss, and grief is even more. Experienced foster parents, they understand that. We need these foster parents. We need to meet the needs of every child placed with them. They have the ability and the love to meet the needs of all these children. There is a screening process that's available for foster parents. We screen them. They fostered many kids. And what's going to happen is the inexperienced foster parents will be getting the sibling groups, and there will be problems. We need foster families, yes, but we need to be able to keep siblings together. Experience is valuable. Go online and see who your representative is in the legislature. Write letters to your state senator that's on the Health and Human Services Committee. Yes, there recently have been changes to the family side regulations for parents, foster parents in Nebraska, but they should not have changed.